What happens when a valued employee leaves your business and starts a competing one using everything they've learned from you? It's a common concern for business owners, but there's a way to protect your business, and that's where non-compete clauses come in. In this video, we'll explain how non-compete clauses work in Australia, where they're enforceable, and 3 key things you need to know before adding one to an employment contract. Hi, my name is Anya Pitch, and I'm a commercial lawyer here at Lawpath. I'm recording this video in 2025, so please note that this advice will be changing pending the proposed new changes to the Fair Work Act in 2027, which will restrict the application of non-compete clauses. So first, let's understand what a non-compete clause is. A non-compete clause, also known as a non-competition clause, is a provision in an employment contract that applies after an employee leaves your business. Its purpose is to stop a former employee from using your confidential information, soliciting your clients, or setting up a competing business, at least for a certain period of time and within a defined area. In simple terms, it's a legal tool designed to give your business breathing room and protect what you've built. So here's 3 crucial things to know about a non-compete clause. First, it's easy to include in an employment contract. You can include a non-compete clause as part of a standard employment agreement or as a separate document. It can restrict employees from working for competitors or starting similar businesses after they leave. But to be enforceable, the clause needs to be clearly written and reasonable in scope. Secondly, you must be protecting a legitimate business interest. For example, if you're hiring someone who will be exposed to your product roadmap or client strategies, a well-drafted non-compete clause ensures they can't walk away and use that knowledge against you. You can't stop someone from earning a living just because you don't want competition. For a non-compete clause to be enforceable, there must be a valid reason, like protecting confidential information, key customer relationships, or a stable team. As I mentioned, from 2027, the law will be changing and the permitted application of non-compete clauses will be significantly narrowed. If your only goal is to block someone from joining a competitor without a clear business justification, the clause might not hold up legally. Thirdly, it can cover use of information during and after employment. Non-compete clauses can prevent employees from taking on roles that would give them a reason or temptation to use your confidential data, even after they leave. That might include things like business plans, client proposals, pricing strategies, or training materials. If your employee had access to this kind of information, a restraint clause can help reduce the risk of misuse after they move on. Let me give you an example. One client of mine ran a boutique consulting business and had a top-performing salesperson who'd built strong relationships with their regular clients. The employee ended up leaving to work for a direct competitor, and because there was no non-compete clause in place, my client had no legal grounds to prevent that salesperson from reaching out to and successfully poaching their most valuable clients. If you work in a relationship-driven industry or rely on repeat business, a well-drafted non-compete clause can be a key layer of protection to stop former employees from approaching your clients directly once they've moved on. But keep in mind, if the employee only had access to general industry knowledge or public information, enforcing the clause becomes much harder. Courts won't uphold a restraint just because someone changed jobs. There needs to be something genuinely worth protecting. Non-compete clauses can help you protect your IP, your client base, and your competitive edge, but only if they're used correctly. If you're unsure how to draft one or whether your clause would actually hold up in court, Lawpath can help. With access to on-demand legal advice and fixed-fee employment contract templates, we make it easy to protect your business without the legal guesswork. Head to lawpath.com.au to learn more and get started today.